Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you the 2022 Hyundai Accent. This one is the SE trim. There are three trims you could choose from. There's the SE, SEL, and the Limited. This one is the SE and this is the base. So let me go ahead and show you all the features this one has. Under the hood there is a 1.6 naturally aspirated 4-cylinder engine. It is connected to an IVT transmission, basically a CVT transmission. And this engine produces 120 horses and 113 pound-feet of torque, and the fuel economy numbers on this engine: 33 in the city, 41 highway, and 36 combined. Here is the MSRP sticker of this 2022 Accent. If you guys are interested in the standard features this one has, just go ahead and pause the video. And the price on this one is $18,000 with destination. So if you guys are curious about the color is called Forge Gray, and it does look pretty good on this Hyundai Accent. Nothing too special about this color. It doesn't have any metallics, but it does look good. Coming to the front is very basic, and this is expected from a small car like the Accent. And the grille is finished in chrome. It is nice and big, and the Hyundai badge is finished in chrome. And I really like what Hyundai did with the design on the grille. I think it does give it a nicer look. And all the way in the bottom there is just this fake plastic vent, but there is a functional side vent right there. And for the headlights, everything right here in the front is halogen, so there is no LED here in the front. The turn signal indicators, the high and low beam, they're all halogen, and there is no daytime running light. And yeah, overall the front looks alright, nothing too crazy or special. Again, this is a small car and the purpose of it is to save you gas. But let's go ahead and move to the side and I'll show you the side view of this Accent. Here is a side view of this 2022 Hyundai Accent, and the side view looks alright, nothing too crazy or aggressive right here on the side. And this is expected from an economical car. And I love the fact that the window trims are all finished in flat black, so there is no chrome right here on the side. And the bottom portion of the mirror is finished in flat black. And yeah, overall very basic right here from the side. For the rims, they look actually pretty good, and the size is 185 65 15. They're very small and very narrow, but they do actually look very good. They're basically just hubcaps. But let's go ahead and move to the back and I'll show you the back view of this Accent. Here is the back of this Accent, and the back looks the same as the front and the side. Not aggressive at all, and just very basic right here in the back. For the taillights, they do actually look good, and they do extend all the way into the quarter panel. And everything right here in the back is halogen, nothing is LED, and this is expected from a cheap car. Hyundai badge is finished in chrome. It does have a backup camera, which is good, and Accent badge is all the way to the left. And yeah, overall basic from the back, but it does look pretty good. Reflectors in the bottom, and there is flat black all the way in the bottom of the bumper. I think it does look pretty good. So I'm glad they added that flat black in the bottom, and the exhaust tip is hidden right underneath the car, so there is no exhaust tips or any tips that are showing. Here is the key of this Accent. It looks alright. It is finished in black, and it does have a physical key, so that's how you turn on the car. And there is 4 buttons on this key: lock, unlock, trunk release, and a panic button. Let's go ahead and open the trunk. There are 2 ways to open the trunk. There is one on the key and there is one inside of the car, and the trunk does open almost all the way up, so that's good. And then you have to do the rest of the work. And the trunk itself, it's actually nice and light, and inside there is a good amount of space. And honestly, I thought the trunk space is a little bit smaller, but inside there is a ton of space. From the outside, looking at the car from the outside, it doesn't look like it has a lot of trunk space, but opening the trunk and looking inside, there is a very good amount of space. There is a halogen light, and in the bottom, that's where the spare tire and the jack tools are. And there is a good amount of space around the spare tire, so you could put things next to the tire if you want to. Here is the front door panel, and most of the front door panel is finished in plastic. The only thing that is not finished in plastic is this right there. So this top portion right here is plastic. This is plastic. This is padded and it is finished in cloth. The armrest is plastic, so I'm not sure why Hyundai would make this soft, but the armrest hard. Just doesn't make any sense. This is plastic, feels very cheap. And on the bottom, there is actually a good amount of storage place with a bottle holder. The window switches, mirror controls, everything looks alright for the price point. The front driver window is automatic up and down, or I think automatic down and not up. And for the door handle, it does feel nice and solid. And the speaker is located all the way in the bottom of this door. And inside, the seats are nice and comfortable. Design looks alright for 18,000. They're manual seats, which is fine. And let's go ahead and move inside this Accent, and I'll show you how it looks like from the inside. Alright, so here is the interior of this 2022 Hyundai Accent. I think it does look pretty good for 18,000. Actually less than 18,000, because with destination it is 18,000. Steering wheel looks good. It's not wrapped in leather, and it is a little bit on the thinner side, but that's completely fine. It does have some brushed aluminum right here, or some gray plastic. I think it does add a nicer look to this steering wheel. Hyundai logo, of course, in the middle. It is finished in chrome, and all the way to the left is volume controls and phone controls, and there is a mute button, which is nice. And all the way to the right is the cruise controls. This doesn't have any safety features, just only the cruise controls, so you're not going to get any safety features with this SE trim. And all the way to the left, that's where the headlight controls are with the turn signal controls, and to the right is the wiper controls. And for the gauges, I think they do look very good. They're very easy to read and understand, and yeah, overall I think it's a very good looking gauges. There is a small screen in the middle. You could actually control it using the trip button. And AC vent looks good. Does have some brushed aluminum around it, which is nice. And there is two buttons right here, traction control and the brightness control. And for the screen, it is a 5-inch screen. You could get a 7-inch screen if you go for the SEL trim, and I think the limited trim does have the 7-inch screen, and they both have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. This 5-inch screen does not have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, but it does display a few things like the radio stations and things like that. And that's where, of course, the backup camera is. Backup camera, it is nice and wide, and resolution is actually not too bad for 18,000. It does have a volume knob and a tune knob, few shortcuts in the bottom, and this is finished in that gray plastic. And for the climate controls, they're very easy to use. Temperature control, here is the fan speed, AC button right here, and that's how you change the modes. And does have a drive mode button right here, which is nice. Does have sport and normal, so just only two modes. And all the way in the bottom there is storage place. It is a good size, and there is two 12 volts, one USB and one aux. And here is the shifter that will control the IVT transmission in this Accent. And it is a nice and smooth shifter, so it does basically go in gear very quick. And it does have plus and minus, which is nice, but no paddle shifters, which is completely fine. And here is the handbrake. It does have two cup holders right here, and there is one cup holder for the back passengers, and storage place right there. And for the rear view mirror, it does look right. It is nice and big, and the bezels are nice and thin, which is nice. And for the glasses holder, it is nice and big. Of course, halogen lights inside of this Accent, which is completely fine. And the visor does feel, it is plasticky, but does feel nice and solid. And inside there is a massive mirror, but there is no light. For the back door panel, it is the same as the front. So the top is plastic. This is plastic. This is wrapped in cloth, just like the front. It is nice and padded. The armrest is plastic, and all the way in the bottom this is plastic, which is completely fine. a bottle holder, and a speaker in the bottom. And here is the window switch for the back door, and the handle. It does feel nice and solid. And inside there is actually a good amount of space for a small car like the Accent. Legroom is good, and headroom is not bad at all. There is no armrest right here in the back, which is completely fine. And inside there is no AC vents or anything like that. There is one cup holder for the people that are going to be sitting back here. And that's how the front of this Accent looks like. I hope you guys enjoyed this review of this 2022 Hyundai Accent. I would like to thank ISIM and Key Hyundai in Milford, Connecticut for providing me this Accent. If you guys are around and if you guys are interested, make sure to come and see them. I'm going to go ahead and put the information link in the bottom of this video. And if you guys would like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And as always, I'll see you next time.